Jeff Johns and Michael Janin set up a murder mystery as Helena Wayne and the new JSA try and find the deadly villain behind Dr. Fate's death. Jeff Johns brings back the JSA in a fun murder mystery time travel story that looks to be more of a celebration of the JSA's history and future than anything else. John continues the stories from Flashpoint Beyond and the new Golden Age one-shot, and I'm glad none of the Watchmen larger time travel elements he did in those books overtook the JSA stuff here, allowing us to get to know the interim team Helena Wayne has assembled, and it's a pretty great, unique and eclectic team that also embodies a lot of the things Helena was taught by her father Batman, in that everyone, even criminals and the children of criminals, deserve second chances. It's a lot of the things we see in the original JSA as well, especially with stuff like Stargirl. Johns does a good job setting up this whole murder mystery story and leaves a lot for the upcoming issues to explore in terms of the makeup of this new team, which we see very briefly here before they all end up being killed, so we only get very brief moments of them together as a team and sort of fighting with one another, so I'm looking to see more of that team in future issues, as well as the original JSA team which Helena will be teaming up with against Per Degaton. Michael Janin continues on with Johns' timeline-spanning story arc, delivering some fantastic character-centric artwork along with some brutal, fast-paced action sequences that don't hold back on the violence, and I was quite shocked at how just to the point the violence and the death of this new JSA was. It was very quick and a very effective way of clearing the board and sort of ending the book on a really cool cliffhanger. The Justice Society of America was a great beginning to a murder mystery, introducing us to a new JSA team while also setting up an interesting and continuity-rich story with the original JSA team as well. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Justice Society of America issue 1 heads 1 year from now, where a person tells Selena Kyle that even Bruce can't know of their child, since if the Arkhams ever found out, she will never be safe. Selena knows that once she kills them all, she will be. 26 years in the future, the Huntress remembers how she tracked her father's murderer, finding that the man who killed Batman was empowered by a nobody sorcerer named Frederick Vaux, who Huntress then killed. Helena remembers joining the JSA and then finding a purpose in her life by helping others get a second chance. Huntress begins her search for Dr. Fate, demanding that Falcone tell her where Khalid is, as he is grabbed by Solomon Grundy, who demands the man tell the JSA everything. Falcone doesn't know where Fate is, so Huntress and Grundy take to the rooftops, continuing their search as Helena remembers being contacted by Fate earlier that day after he saw a disturbing vision of the future, and when she went to find him, she found Falcone's men cleaning up a crime scene filled with Fate's blood. She knows that Khalid was one of the last legacies of the original JSA still alive, as she meets with Red Lantern, who says that they searched Fate's tower and found nothing, and perhaps the Witch Girl finally acted on her threats and killed Khalid. Helena thinks that if Salem the Witch Girl did, they would have heard about it from the Witch Girl herself. She warns the Lantern that they aren't killing her or anyone else, as Catwoman watches her daughter from the darkness. Later on at the JSA meeting, the team argue over Dr. Fate missing and them not doing anything. Power Girl thinks that the team are a bunch of inept, undeserving brats. Helena knows that Karen has never forgiven her for being allowed to recruit outside of the box for their new interim team. The Gentleman Ghost, Solomon Grundy, and the Harlequin's son all know their age doesn't matter, as Icicle calls Power Girl a bitch. The Mist demands that he shut up, and Ruby Sokov, the Red Lantern's daughter, knows that if they were to talk to her father like they do Power Girl, he would kill them all for disrespect. Helena knows that while many of the members are ex-criminals or the children of criminals, this is the team they have, and many don't have a team. Later on, Selena tells her daughter that she doesn't like the new JSA, worried about many of them being criminals or the offspring of criminals who have never answered for their crimes or past crimes, knowing that they are bastardizing a heroic institution like the JSA by being part of it. Helena knows her father gave her a second chance, but Selena thinks that was different since Bruce knew her for many years, and Helena doesn't even know any of these people, and chances are Dr. Fate was actually killed by one of them. Helena has thought of that, making sure they all had alibis since she isn't an idiot. Selena thinks that she's been taught to be too forgiving and trusting by her father, and that's what got him killed. Selena heads into the cave, knowing that if he never gave Selena a second chance, she would never have been born. She reveals to her mother that she knows that she has been following her in the city, as 2 days later, the JSA find Khalid's dead body in a sarcophagus in the Gotham Museum. They find their friend has been mummified, as if he's been there for thousands thousands of years. Helena assures Power Girl that the team will fix this, but Karen lashes out, knowing that Khalid was their friend. None of these convicts were his friend either. Suddenly, Power Girl is shot and killed by Per Degerton, who says that he has accelerated time and exposed her to kryptonite for weeks instead of seconds, allowing his Luger to kill the hero. Gentleman Ghost tries to attack the villain, but Per uses his powers to reverse Ghost's timeline, returning him to life so he can shoot and kill the man all over again. The villain uses his power to rot Solomon Grundy, open up Harlequin's son's scars from his battle with Wildcat, shatter Icicle into a million pieces, cause Ruby's ring to overload and unleash the power all at once, blowing her up, and finally he ages the Mist into an old man who suffers the same mind-rotting disease his grandfather did before having a heart attack. Huntress attacks, but Per easily dodges her time-slowed crossbow bolt, telling the hero that this generation of heroes is over. He uses his power on Helena, beginning to age her greatly as Catwoman swings in from the skylight to confront Per. She tells her daughter to save the JSA, but Helena knows they are all dead. Selena says not this JSA, but the original one, as she throws Helena the snow globe and its tachyon energy blows Helena back through time to the JSA's brownstone in 1940, where she is found by Johnny Thunder and the Genie.